You could be the most handsome man in the world, yet if you don't have these three things, you will suck at dating and you will not get the girls that you want, whilst guys half as good looking will run circles around you and take every single girl that you want and they will get them. So let's dive right into the first one, and I'm going to start off with a story from my time in Sweden this past summer, being that this one is so important and I really want to drill it home with a story that's going to make it make sense to you. So I was there. One of the common things that they do in European culture is pre-games, being that they go to the clubs a little bit later, starting at like 11:30, 12. So you'll really get to know all the people who you're hanging out with at this pre-game. It'll usually be a big mix of guys, girls. We'll play drinking games, and it's a lot of fun, and you really get to know them. So one of the guys there was a very good-looking guy. I am straight, but he is good-looking. He was blonde, blue eyes, 6'2", went to the gym, had a six-pack. This guy had it all going for him, and you'd think that he would get with every single girl here, but he didn't. See, he was terrified to talk to girls. He told me this. He told everyone. He was saying that he's so scared of talking to girls, and I'm just thinking this is the most illogical thing there is. And now I want you to think of me. I would say I'm relatively good looking, pretty much on the same comparison, but a lot shorter than he is. I'm 5'7", I don't speak the language, it's not my country, and yet I'm just out there going up to every single girl I see. Some will reject me due to the fact that they don't want to speak English, some will reject me because I'm a little bit shorter, but I don't care. See, fear is going to be the biggest thing holding you back from having success with girls. This is the number one thing that is going to ruin all your potential, because if you are too fearful to even put yourself out there, you're going to be losing all the chances that you don't take. It sounds so cliche, but you miss every single shot you don't take. Where I'm just out there having a good time, and the way I teach you guys to get girls, it's very low resistance. It's very just conversational. You're just putting yourself out there, talking to people, and if girls are interested and you can pick up on it, then you take it from there and you develop it into something. But I'm just out there talking to every single girl, having a good time, and in the process I'll sleep with so many of them, whereas he's too afraid to even take the first step and just introduce himself to a girl for whatever reason. Fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment, fear of him not thinking he's good enough. Whatever it is, he has got fear and doubt holding him back from even taking the first step. So this is the most essential thing that you need to work on removing if you want to have any successful girls, is your fear. You cannot be afraid of girls. We can go into a million different reasons why you shouldn't be scared of them, but they're really just human beings. The same way that you would make friends with a guy, you can do the same thing with a girl, but now just in a sexual regard. It doesn't have to be a complicated process. So the first thing we're going to talk about is removing fear. And the best way to do this is just to destigmatize yourself to being scared to talk to girls. And it's just going to be by going out there and talking to every single girl you see. Eventually, you're going to start feeling less fear and less fear and less fear. And then eventually just going to be something that's completely natural to you, as it is to me, because this was something I had to deal with too when I was younger. I was terrified in high school. If you told me to go talk to a girl, I would start getting negative racing thoughts. I would be panicking, sweaty hands, sweaty armpits. I would be red in the face. I had no idea what to do. And now over time, you realize there's nothing to be fearful of. Sure, you're going to get rejected sometimes, but you're also going to get plenty of success in the mix. So that's the first thing you need to remove if you're a handsome man, or if you're just any guy and you want to have success with girls. So now on to the next thing. Say you've removed your fear and doubt and you can get to speaking with girls. Well, I want you to think of an analogy I'm going to give you. So imagine you're a salesman. You do your introduction, you do your entire presentation, but right before you're about to close the sale, you just say, "Oh, well, it was great to meet you guys. Hopefully we can do business in the future. Have a great day." And you leave before even asking for the sale, or better yet, just assuming the sale and closing the deal. See, it's the exact same thing with girls. One of the best things that you can do is now proceed to move forward. And if you don't have confidence within yourself, you're going to struggle to ask or even assume the sale. That is the most important thing at this next phase. Once you're actually out there talking to girls, you're being a little bit more social, you got a little bit less fear. But if you have a lack of confidence in who you are as a person, then you're going to struggle to get the sales metaphorically with girls. You're not going to be going in for the kiss. You're not going to be asking them to come home with you from the bars or clubs. You're not going to ask for the number or snap if you don't have that level of confidence. You need to be very confident within yourself in order to go to those next stages and next steps to actually get the girls and not just be someone who is, kind of friend zoned, is too friendly and just hangs out and says hi and doesn't really make a noticeable, impressionable presence of yourself. So that's going to be the next thing. And to develop your confidence, you really just need to self-develop outside of speaking to girls. See, you need to be someone who can trust your own word. You need to have your own things that you're doing, disciplines on a daily basis that build yourself up as a man. So when you say, I'm going to ask that girl to come home with me tonight, you do it because you have your own level of self-belief beyond whether you succeed or get rejected or however the night's been going. If you had 3 rejections in a row, you still go into every conversation, every interaction, knowing that you're the man, that you are who you say you are. And that's the best thing you can do to develop confidence, which is going to carry over in every single aspect of your life. And lastly, this is going to be a very niche one to handsome men specifically. So this is going to be a lack of development. So if you're a guy who is very good looking, there will be girls who want to get with you. It's not going to happen all the time, but there's going to be girls that pursue you, and all you have to do is just be open and receptive, and you will get with them. I know this because this is how I met my first girlfriend. Sure, I put myself out into an environment where I could meet girls, where I was terrified to go. I told this story many times of when I moved to Florida. I went out to an 18+ bar and club, and I was just there, and this girl who was my type wanted to get with me. It was super easy. I didn't really have to do too much to actually close the deal. She was kind of pursuing me. So this will happen to you if you're a handsome man, that girls will want you. But the thing is, if you have a lack of development, it's not going to be hard to get these girls, but you're not going to be able to keep them. See, that relationship for me only lasted 3 months, with it turning bad after just 1 month because I didn't have much development to myself to be a man that a girl actually wanted to be with and have a future with and all these things. So I couldn't keep that relationship for that long. And then once I went back out into the dating world, I had to start from scratch because I didn't actually know how to seduce and get girls and pursue them and be confident in all these things. I just knew how to be there and be receptive. So this is a very niche thing, and it's probably happened to some guys who are not even that handsome. Sometimes there's a girl who just shows up into your life who wants you, and now maybe you end up dating her for so long where you cling on to this because you don't know how to get girls yourself. And this is one of the most essential things that you could develop, is your ability to get girls on your own. See, I go out to the clubs in Sweden all by myself. I will show up to a new city without any help, and I will get the hottest girls. I don't need friends. I don't need anybody. All I need is myself, some clothes, and I'm good to go, and I can get girls. I have that level of self-belief and confidence within myself. If you're always relying on friends, if you're relying on girls to come to you, you are not going to have that truest level of confidence within yourself, let alone if you just kind of put yourself in situations and hope that girls are going to come to you. That is the worst. And if you haven't developed in terms of business, mindset, discipline, all these things, you are also going to struggle to keep a girl, because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So if you're a very well-developed man outside of the dating realm, you're also going to just do so much better when it comes to dating as well. So that is the last thing, is really focusing on your self-development, really becoming the highest version of yourself. And if you do all the things listed in this video, these 3 core things, I promise you, whether you are handsome or whether you are a little bit less handsome, you will have so much success with girls. Because one, if you reduce fear, you're just going to be putting yourself out there more, giving yourself more opportunities. If you develop your confidence, you are going to be more attractive naturally. Confidence is extremely attractive. And you're going to have now the level of self-development, which is third, to actually be able to get and retain these girls, and you will have all the success that you want. I promise you, this is exactly what happened to me when I got over my fears. I developed my confidence, and I worked on my level of self-development. I had all the success I wanted with girls. So if this video provided you with any value, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to this channel. On here, I'm teaching you how life hacks to get better in every single aspect of your life. And I also offer a free 30-minute coaching call. So if you want my help with anything I teach on this channel, go ahead and book that in. I'll see you guys on there. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys on the next video.